Hey everyone, Steve here with TCS Rockets. We're doing another toy review. We did get some new stuff in this week. I've done a couple videos already for a couple of the other items. We've just shot the video, which you're probably going to see online as well, for the actual wave of the new Age of Apocalypse Build-A-Figure series. So this video, we're going to actually talk about the Build-A-Figure himself. So I've already removed him from the packages. I've kind of laid them out in front of each one just so you have an idea where they came from. You can kind of see the scale at which this is done as well. He's taking up a lot of room in here, which is kind of nice. Again, I've made comments before that for a little while we got really light Build-A-Figures and they felt like you're kind of cheating us a little bit. There's definitely some heft to this. So I kind of want people to, you can't obviously, kind of like asking you to smell on the cooking channel. You can't really smell what they're cooking, right? So you can't obviously feel this, but again, it is nice to see that we've got a nice heavy figure. That always tells us they did a little good time to spend into it, that they took time to make the figure and they didn't just cast something really fast and go, there you go, shove it out the door. So again, a very interesting, bizarre kind of character in Sugar Man. Again, people who know will love it. Guys who don't are just going to kind of go, well, it's kind of weird. But I think the funny thing is on the figure like this is I saw this when they did the MODOK Build-A-Figure. I thought MODOK looked horrible when you saw him all broken apart, but the minute you actually finished putting MODOK together, he looked really cool. He's actually one of my favorite past Build-A-Figures that they've done, because I thought once they did that, it looked really good when you finally completed him. I thought Blob was actually the same way. I really thought Blob in the packages just looked horrible, and for some reason, in the magical moment you completed Blob, he looked awesome. So we're going to put this guy together, and we're just going to kind of see how he looks. Like I said, I got everything laid out, so it should be pretty cut and dry to just kind of click everything in place and put it together. We won't take a super long time to do that, so we do have a chance to talk about the figure himself. I hope you guys are excited about this wave. A lot of people have been talking about it. Like I said before, I'm actually getting really excited to see a lot more of the X-Men characters coming out. Since Marvel has purchased Fox, or I should say Disney has purchased Fox, 20th Century Fox, we're going to get all of our X-Men guys back. They are in plans to get everything going together. We are in plans for a little while before it's going to fully happen, but it is nice starting to see the trickle effects. I think for a long time, Marvel just really didn't want to put out anything because they almost felt like they didn't want to support the X-Men title since they weren't able to use them in their movies or anything. But you're definitely seeing the difference now that they've gone and gotten these characters back. And I think it's really nice for the fans to start getting some of the X-Men. We got the classic wave before, which was really cool. Now we're getting this Age of Apocalypse series, which again, if you are an X-Men fan, you're really excited about. Like I said in the video before, I had stores when that series first came out, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun read. It was almost like taking a what-if title and not just having it as a single title. You're actually able to span it over the course of months. That whole Age of Apocalypse wave was a 5 to 6 month storyline, and they've gone back since and revisited that a few times, which has been really fun and exciting. As I said, and if you are an X-Men read, you know this series, so you're enjoying it. If you're not, I do suggest checking it out. It was a really fun read, and go back and even read the newer stuff they've done since the original series has come out. They did do, I'm just making sure we're tight before we kind of stand them up. They've done a few different things now with the X-Men. Most of the stuff we first got looked much like the Jim Lee early stuff. This is definitely a whole nother series when we're getting this X-Men Cable. So I kind of jacked him from the last video, brought him out so you can just kind of see the comparison on height and size. Like I said, very just weird kind of guy. And like I said, if you got all the stuff out and broken up, he doesn't look half as good as that. That guy just looks fun and creepy. I don't know about you, but I'd kind of like to see a B-rated horror movie with this guy as your villain in there coming at you and scaring you. He's definitely something that would wake you up in the middle of the night and freak you out. But to give you a comparison on your size, obviously, scale-wise, he is about the height of that, but definitely mass size is way better. I mean, these arms are huge. Definitely going to grab somebody and smash them up. He's got his hammer here to smash as well that comes. They did a nice job on this, too. This tongue even reminds me a little bit of like a Venom tongue, the way they've sculpted it. Obviously, you get people that are inspired by different things, so maybe the guy who did do the sculpt literally loves Venom, because it definitely kind of reminds me of that on that as well. They did a nice detailed job. I love the fact that you get a lot of little details that once he's together matter more. His little belt thing, before I kind of clicked it all on there, just kind of felt weird and out of place, and obviously it should. We haven't put them together, but now they're just together, and his arms are actually over it and kind of hold it up. It almost looks like it's holding his pants up, which is, again, I think that's kind of a comedy to a bad guy. That this guy's walking around, he's got his little tank top on him as well. He's got that. And again, they did give him a little spot here. If you don't want the hammer in there, you can actually hang the hammer off of his belt if you choose to. They did a nice sculpt too on all of his hands. I think the poses are kind of cool and freaky. Like I said, I think if you had even something that wasn't a Marvel Legends and you wanted to pose the guy, like I said, I think this would be really fun to just grab like a couple little kids playing in the park and he's kind of posing behind him, and that's your little diorama shot. So even if you're not a Sugar Man fan from the books, you don't really know who the guy is, I do think this is one of the better Build-A-Figures in a while, just because of just flat out being a little bit weird. I think he's fun, weird, and I think you guys are going to enjoy him, and I appreciate Marvel giving us some guys like this. We don't expect guys like this. Our first thoughts are always, give us Apocalypse and Galactus. There's some fun, weird guys like this out there. So thank you, Hasbro, for giving us that. Thank you, Marvel, for doing that. I do appreciate it. It's just to add something different to the collections. I appreciate you guys checking me out today. Thank you very much. If you like us, please click the bottom like, click subscribe as well. We'd love to have you following us on our channel. You can also check us out at tcsrockets.com. Thank you very much.